All right, I'm back with podcast episode number 5 from Chaos to Command. I'm your host, Alex Rogers, former Navy SEAL turned into coach and now podcaster and professional jiu-jitsu athlete. I'm here with the Grizzly Bear, otherwise known as Lex Ludlow. He grades his own fights. He knows his home turf criticism is out there, and he is currently undefeated while fighting in his own backyard, and he wants you to hate him. Lex, the Grizzly Bear Ludlow, number 4, BKFC's 205-pound rankings, joins us today for episode 5. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for having me, brother. Really grateful for this opportunity. And thank you for your service. You were telling me a little bit. I didn't get a chance to thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate the support on that. So yeah, let's get right into it. So who are you? Where did you grow up from? And what's the short version of how a kid from Levittown ended up as Bare Knuckles' most wanted villain?
So, my name is Lex Ludlow. I go by the most hated man in combat sports, Lex the Grizzly Bear Ludlow. Uh, I grew up. My mom and dad are both from Levittown, but I grew up in a place called Hatboro, Pennsylvania. It's where I went to school. So I went to the school around here in Levittown for a little bit until the first grade, and then I moved to Hatboro in the second grade, and then I finished all the rest of my schooling out there. I always wanted to be a larger than life character, so I'll give you like a little exclusive here. So I never really talk about this. Before I wanted to be a pro wrestler, when I was a kid, I saw Star Wars and I wanted to be Darth Vader. I never wanted to be the good guy in my life. I always wanted to be the villain. And then when I ended up in watching pro wrestling, I was like, "Oh my God, like look at these guys. Like they're going out there and they're getting booed by all these people." Like I really thought it was the most amazing thing in the world, you know what I mean? And I really gravitated towards it. And I started watching pro wrestling when I was about, I'd say 6, 6 years old. Like I was 5, but I think I was about to turn 6. And I watched it all the way religiously. I watched it all the way up until probably like 2010, and then I would just watch like the big stuff. Like I would like say if it like SummerSlam was coming up, like I would start to follow like the weeks leading into SummerSlam or the weeks leading into the Royal Rumble or the weeks leading into WrestleMania. But that was about like once 2010 hit, I started doing that, and then about 2017, I probably stopped watching completely. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but when I was 18, I was walking around Hatboro, Pennsylvania one day, and I came across a jiu-jitsu gym, and I went in there, and he was a little guy. He was doing boxing classes, and I walked in there, and I basically was like, I always wanted to have a MMA fight. I did wrestling my whole life, like in school and like the youth program all the way up till I graduated high school. I was with Hatboro Horsham wrestling. And so I told him that, and he was like, "Well, then you should come in here and love it." And I was like, "Or come in here and try it." He was like, "You'd love it." And I was like, yeah, but I want to do pro wrestling school in September." It was like April, and he was like, "Dude, come in here and try it. You're gonna forget about pro wrestling, and you're gonna want to be an MMA fighter." And I was like,
Yeah.
"All right." So I walk into open mat, brother, and I got choked out like 30 friggin' times, and
Yeah.
I got choked unconscious too, and I was hooked. I like there's no like other way of putting it. Like I was really really obsessed with it, and what I found fascinating about it was that like like school like wrestling like in the youth program all the way up into high school, that was never my passion. You know what I mean? Like if I lost, like I never cared. But like I really liked watching fighting a lot, and I really found it interesting. Like you could choke somebody with your legs, or you can bend somebody's arm in a weird position, and like I always found like that stuff like really interesting, and how you can manipulate the body and force someone to like give up.
Yeah.
And So I got hooked on it, dude, and then I ended up having my first MMA fight, and then once that happened, dude, it was full go.
Awesome. Yeah. Jiu-jitsu is it's a humbling thing for sure. One of my first guests, and he's a guy at my gym. He was a collegiate All-American wrestler, wrestled from his little, like being a little kid with his older brothers all the way through middle school, high school, and then, obviously in college. And yeah, he's telling me about how he walked into a gym and just got absolutely destroyed by some like little nerdy looking dude. And he's like, I've been thrown. He was like 97-0 in college, like just an absolute tank on the mat. But
Murder.
then, yeah, just got got obliterated by a little nerdy jujitsu guy. Because he's like 240, he's a big dude. So it's just funny how that happens.
Right.
I like my first jujitsu coach was telling me like jujitsu is like it's a superpower. How you can do to somebody's body. It's wild. So that's really cool. Do you
Right.
still do jujitsu now that you're doing the bare knuckle stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. What belt are
Yeah.
you?
I still train. I still train full time.
Cool, cool.
I did gi. I did gi from when I was like 18 to probably when I was like 23, and I got my purple belt, and then I just stopped wearing the gi.
Yeah,
So I'm probably like if I would have kept going, I'd be like a black belt by now. But I
right.
uh I don't know. I don't really care about the gi and the
Yeah.
it. Gi's nice. It's really fun. I enjoyed it when I was younger, but I
Mhm.
just no gi is a lot more fast paced. It's a lot more realistic to me unless I'm fighting somebody in the wintertime. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I like it. I like gi a lot, but it's just gi. It's like whenever I put it on and I do it, I feel like I'm gonna like no offense to all the gears out there, but I feel like I'm gonna take a nap and not like I'm gonna get choked unconscious. Like I just feel like it's very like I got ADD. Like I like to go 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 go.
Mhm.
I don't wanna sit in your half guard for 25 minutes while we play with our lapels the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't even know where my gi is right now. And I don't really care. Yeah, they call it pajamas for a
Right.
reason. So, but yeah, it's funny.
Exactly,
Cool.
brother.
Yeah. So yeah, so you went in there, you went from being wrestling to into jujitsu, and then yeah, you got an MMA, and that just flipped the switch, huh? And that's what you wanted to do ever since.
Yeah, I mean, and the one thing that really made me want to do MMA was that I saw so when 2010ish UFC 109. I'll never forget it. I came across Chael Sonnen, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is a pro wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like really winning, and he's talking all this trash, and people are really hating him." And that's
Yeah.
what always like made me want to do it. And I started to do it. And when I was an amateur, I was like kind of trying to do it. Like I was like talking trash and like fighting, but people were like really buying into it. Like they really thought that was like me. So what I kind of learned is that you can't be like as an amateur, you probably shouldn't be trying to be Chael Sonnen. You know what I mean? As an amateur, so
Yeah.
I I got humbled a lot in MMA. I went 5-2 as an amateur fighter. I ended up winning a belt, and then I went 0-3 as a pro. And then a lot of things in life happened to me. My
Yeah.
daughter was born. I was I had a job. I was trying to fight while I had a job, and I ended up rupturing my knee. And when I ruptured my knee, I had to sit in one spot for a very, very long time. And, like 8 weeks after the surgery. And
Yeah.
I, uh, I got to the point where I was super broke and I had no money. And, I told this story a bunch of times. But I had like $1,000 on a credit card limit and I probably had like $1,000 in like debit. And I had bills, I had like car insurance, I had my car payment, I was paying for food formula for the baby, I was paying for diapers for the baby, I'm paying for her and I to eat all the time. So within a couple weeks, dude, like maybe a little longer than a couple weeks, maybe like 3 weeks, I was down to like $2,000 goes by quick, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
$2,000 is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. Like
Right. Yeah.
especially when you're just living off that. And I got down to like $25, and I had no money for her and I really to eat, and with $25 you can't really do much. So I was waiting for this disability check from the place I was working at the time called at Amazon, and which is messed up, by the way. Amazon cut my medical insurance off uh through like for my physical therapy, right? So like I'm going like I went to the physical therapist one day, and they were just like, "Hey, your insurance isn't working like anymore." And then I went and I called Amazon, and they like I forget, like it's been so long. Like something happened, and they didn't like fire me, but they like cut it. They just cut it for some reason. Like, so I had to do all the PT on my own eventually. But I was waiting for this like medical leave money that they were
Yeah.
supposed to give me, and it was gonna be like 350 every other week. But anyway, I had a Domino's pizza commercial comes on, and it was like 8.99 for two pies. And so after I told this story on a different podcast, my wife actually went and found the picture of the pizza that we ordered that day, because I knew people would probably be like, oh, he's like lying or whatever. But my wife actually like went and found that picture. I don't know why she took a picture of it, but she took a picture of it. And I'm staring at my baby, and I'm staring at the pizza, and I just keep looking at my credit card limit of like down to like whatever it was, like $13 or whatever. And I just keep looking at all three, and I'm like, I am never gonna put my kids or my girlfriend in a situation like this ever again. So when my knee got better, I went and I got a full time job. I got a job at UPS, and I was still kind of like when my knee got better, I was still training a little bit, but not like as intense as I was. And then I ended up buying a house. I just like completely put fighting and training on the back burner. I just kind of told myself I'm gonna be a regular dude. Like I'm gonna but like here's the thing, right? Like I've never been a regular dude. Like when I graduated high school, I was training that whole time. So I and I left UPS, and then I went to a job called War Trucking. I was there for like 6 months, and I got promoted, and I was making good money for a 26-year-old kid. Like I was making over 100,000 at least.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I started, dude. I, I did what any 26-year-old would do. Bought a brand new car.
Yeah.
Bought a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Um, I had the house. I bought her a new car. I started like, and at first, dude, I was loving it. I was like, man, having money is nice. Like I love having I was eating out almost every day, and I didn't really talk too much in depth about this, but my I started gaining weight. Well, I talked about this, but I started gaining weight. I probably got up to like 250, 260, somewhere around there. And then 2022 January 15th, 2022, my best friend, my grandfather, he died. And something happened that day, dude, because me and him were so close. And he was, first off, best human being I ever met. I met a lot of people, especially after this fight. I've been getting reached out to a lot. I've met some great people. Uh, no one could ever top this guy, and it's not just because he was my grandfather.
Right.
Just the way he treated people, the way he was. I never heard the guy say a curse word. I seen him get. He's my grandfather for a long time. I've seen him get mad maybe 5 or 6 times in his whole life. Like when I say like get mad. Like my like I've seen my stepfather and my father get really mad. But like
Yeah.
the most I ever seen this dude get mad was like, Bobby John Brown, wow, what the heck are you doing? Like stuff like
Yes.
that, and then he would calm down really quickly.
Hmm.
And just to see, and he was one of the strongest guys I ever met in my life. Like the guy was roofing his roof the one day, and he fell off a roof, broke his leg, and he was an independent contractor for tractor trailer. He drove his own tractor trailer. He went to work the next day. He broke his right leg, and he was using the cane as the as to push down the clutch and the whatever the pedal,
Yeah.
and the gas pedal. And he was just like, if it doesn't matter what was going on, he could have bruised like I remember at one point his ribs were all messed up, and he was going and throwing 80-pound chains over the trailer just to lock it down. Like he was just a tough guy. You know what I mean? Like the toughest of the tough. I bet. Listen, I've been in a room with a lot of tough guys. I've been in a room with Paul Felder. I've been in a room with the Dawkins brothers. I've been in the room with Sean Brady. I've been in the room with bunch of guys. I've never met a guy that's tough in my life. Like, and to see him on a table, dead and so vulnerable, something happened to me in my head. And especially because I would call this guy 9 times every day, and it
Yeah.
could be about the dumbest stuff. I used to love to like play jokes on him. So he was a trash picker. He loved it. He loved if he could like find like a nice dresser or in the trash or like, and he was a real cheap guy, real, but it was funny. And I would call him and I'd be like, "Yo, pal," I'd be like, "You'll never believe it." He'd go, "What? He'd be like, what is it?" And I'd say, "Got a brand new 88 or 100-inch TV laying down on the road. Guys getting rid of it. No idea why, but it's brand new." He'd be like, "Get out of here." I'd be like, "Swear to God, pal, two blocks down from your house." He'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting my car. I'll be right over there." Like, all right, and I would wait a couple minutes because I knew he would it'd take him a minute or two to get his shoes on. And I call back and he go, "Yo," and I would go, "Yo, pal." He's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm about to leave. I'm about to go get that TV." And I would say, there ain't no TV over there." He's like, what the heck? Why do you do this to me, Lex? I would do it to him like once or twice a week just to
Yeah.
mess with him. You know what I mean? But I would call him like 9 times a day, and like sometimes we would just be joking, sometimes we would be just laughing, and we always hung out. We were always with each other. And then the January 15th he dies. January 16th, I got no one to talk to. I got no one to call. I got no one to bug. I got no one to laugh with. And he was just gone, and it just something messed up in my head, and it took me a long time, but I started, I guess I started eating more, and I was just out of control. I got up to 320 pounds, and
Wow.
I and I was so absent at home. I was
Hmm.
so absent at home. With like my kid, I had two kids. I had one kid on the way, and my wife and my poor wife. I just never really talked about it, about anything that was going on in my head, and I was really suicidal, and just I probably should have just talked about it, but she just didn't understand because I didn't communicate anything or talk about anything, and she just left. And one day, and I uh, I kind of just like faked it, and got her back, and eventually I went and I checked myself into a mental hospital, and I was in there for like like 10, 15 days or something like that. But I'll tell you this, dude. When I went to the mental hospital the first day, I was ready to get out. Like I was like it was kind of
Yeah.
like a wake up call.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I
bet.
mean?
I
Like
bet.
as soon as there's nothing. That's the closest thing to jail, dude. And there's nothing you can do. You got to be in your room at a certain time. You can't come out of your room too early. Like I wake up. I want to walk around. I want to move around. Oh, can't come out of your room till 7:30. Like what the fuck? Like if I'm like I'm not arrested. Like I'll do what I want to do. So I just kept going out there, and they just kept yelling at me. Go in your room, but I would do it on. Yeah, I'm a jokester, so I would do it on purpose just to get them mad. I would just keep doing it over and over again. But I couldn't. There was one person in there that was in there for 5 years, and I remember talking to him. I'm like, "Why are you in here for 5 years, man?" And he was just like, I'm afraid to go out that door. That's what he told me. I'm afraid to go live back in society. And I said, I don't want to be like that guy. So I got out. I went to therapy for a little bit. Therapy didn't really do much for me. I knew what I had to do. I needed to start training again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I started training again, and eventually lost a bunch of weight. Met up with the Dawkins brothers. Started training with them hardcore. Had a first fight back, won in 10 seconds. Had another fight, shit the bed, lost by decision. As I was getting ready for the third one to me was the make or break. It was if I didn't do good in this fight, I was gonna be done fighting, but I still was gonna train. Like that was my whole thing.
Yeah.
And BKFC called me 2 weeks before I fought that fight, and they offered me a deal, and I was like, I got this fight going on now, you know. And they were like, "Oh, we don't care if you win or lose." They were like, "We really like your personality. We really want to use you." I was like, "All right." So I went and I won that fight, and then I did my first BKFC fight. I won by split decision. Then I did my second one, which was almost a year ago. I won that by TKO. Then I did my third one at Knucklemania. I won that by unanimous decision. And then I did my fourth one just a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is quite the story. Quite the journey too, I would say. So I'll go back a little bit. So you've said that your job is to make people love you or hate you, and that goes back to Darth Vader. Is that like the main reason?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, well, I would say the main reason is pro wrestling, but Darth Vader, I really feel like, did a good job of the opposite. You were supposed to hate Darth Vader in the beginning, and then by episode, what was it, 6? He became the face.
Right.
Turn. He did a little face turn at the end there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's my end goal there.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I've never stood across from you in the ring or an interview thing, but I don't see why people would hate you. But that makes me want to. So what is this? What's like? Because when we first started talking, like, do you want me in person or like just me? Like, what? So how do you like? What makes you want to be that persona? So I love because that's what's attracted me to like, you. I was like, I got to get this guy on. This is sick. But like,
Right.
yeah, I don't know. What yeah, like how
So
much
what
of
was the
that is
question?
real, I guess.
The persona?
Yeah.
100% of it is, but it's just me times 100.
Well, yeah, okay, that's yeah. I'm not saying it's
So
fake.
Alex,
I believe it's real. That came out wrong. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
so if you're in the gym with me,
Yeah.
if you're in the gym with me, right? That's the closest version of the most hated man you'll ever see.
Okay.
Besides when I'm on camera, when I'm on the microphone. I'm
Yeah.
loud. I like to talk shit.
Hmm.
But in the gym, it's different though. It's like respectful. Like
Right. Yeah.
I'm not walking up to you saying I'm gonna knock you out. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Of course not. Yeah.
Like it's more like yo, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm about to beat your ass right here.
Right.
Hey, why don't you do something about it, huh? Why don't
Yeah.
you do something about it, huh?
No,
But
I
like
do. Yeah.
but I'm joking around. I'm not.
No. Yeah. For
Yeah, I'm
sure.
joking around. Like I'm not
No,
being dead ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're an
Uh.
entertainer too. It's I try to do the same
Yeah.
thing. And that's why I was like, "Dude, I got to be more like this guy. I got to be more louder and because it sells and it's awesome and it's fun. It's so much fun and like you bring the best out of yourself and others when you do that. In my opinion. I think it's great.
Right. So what I do is those post fight speeches, brother. They're a lot more organic than what people think. I have plot points in my head,
Mhm.
so I do know what I'm gonna talk about, but I don't know the in between.
Right.
So like when I started, and I said my kids were my greatest accomplishment.
Hmm.
I had four things that I was going to start with, and in that moment, that's what I felt like I had to start with.
Yeah.
Then I forget what I said after that. Then I turned and then I said, "It absolutely sucks." Another plot point. That was a salute to Chael Sonnen.
Hmm.
See, a lot of people, if you read the comments, they're like, "Oh, he's stealing off of." Nah, dude, like I'm not stealing off anybody. I like if I do that, it's like a little salute to you. You know what I mean? Like it's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
So then I do that. Then I talk, and then I say, "They don't call me the most hated man in combat sports for nothing." I knew I wanted to say that at one point.
Yep.
I knew I wanted to call out Mike Perry and Darren Till. I did not plan on calling Mike Perry aluminum. I did plan on calling Darren Till a deadbeat dad
Yeah.
because Darren Till did an interview 10 years ago where he said, he was like, "I got a kid in Brazil and I don't care. I just care about greatness." So that sounds like a deadbeat dad to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's fucked up. So yeah, he's a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, so he's a deadbeat dad. So it wasn't anything I didn't say that wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Then I wrote, "I am your hero, I am your villain, I am one in a million." I wrote that in the eighth grade. I literally, I literally wrote it on a piece of paper, and then the whole "I am the most hated man in combat sports. I am the Grizzly Bear. I am Lex fucking Ludlow." And you might want a paper and pen because you're gonna want to write this down, Dave Feldman. FAMOUS. That's all from the eighth grade.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love
Yeah,
that. Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see how that could make people not like you. Um,
Well, see, like the goal, right? The goal is to attract. It's not. I'm in the fight game, and as the goat Chael Sonnen would say, I'm in a tough guy business. All right.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to punch. If me and you were fighting, especially with these dudes, with a glove on, we can get into a fight, and there might not be any blood, right? With this, the bare knuckles, they're getting scraped up. Dude, you can go blind. I could hit you right in the like eye socket. You might not be able to see ever again. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You're trying to take from me. You're trying to take from my family. You're trying to take my life. What the hell do I have to be nice to you about?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
whole respect
Yeah.
thing,
Uh-huh.
in martial arts, I never understood it. Never ever understood it. I gave the dude the finger in the ring. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I felt bad about because he's waking up and he just sees me giving him the finger. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I felt bad about.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. What do you think about people um saying you haven't been tested outside of your home turf? I'm sure you've heard that. What's your response to them?
Good question. So Conor McKenna, I was a 2-4 pro. He was a 0-2 bare knuckle fighter and pro, but he was a 6-2 amateur, and he was an amateur champ, and I was a 5-2 amateur champ. I think at that time for a debut, I think that makes sense because also, dude, I was a wrestler. I never stood in trade with anybody, and BKFC knew that, right? So I think that made a lot of sense. Second fight, Lewis Rumsey. I'm a 2-4 professional MMA fighter, a 1-0 bare knuckle fighter. He was a 2-3 or a 2-4 pro bare knuckle fighter, but he was 13-15 in professional MMA. and he had professional boxing and professional kickboxing experience. He had 50 times the experience I did. So again, I think that fight makes sense. Then you got the homeless dude, Zach Calamus. He was 5-3 or 5-4. He might have. I think he was 5-4, but he was the former number 5 heavyweight in the world in bare knuckle fighting championship, ranked number 5. He was only coming off a loss to my teammate Pat. Or no, he was coming off 2 losses at that point. He lost to my teammate Pat Brady, and then he lost to Corey Willis, and he was dropping at 205, and I was dropping at 205, so it just made sense. Those 3 fights, I think, all made sense. Drew Nolan, that was a build me up, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think, but like, let's think about it like this, right? Khabib Nurmagomedov or whatever you call him. Name his first 18 fights.
Man, I don't know.
Muhammad Ali. Name his first 20 fights. Bums.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather. Name his first 20 fights. Conor McGregor lost to a guy that was like 2-15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like Sugar Sean O'Malley. Who did he fight until he fought Peter Yan?
Yeah.
My point is that you got to build. If you're a promotion and you want to build a star, you gotta build them up the right way. And I think I made short work of all those other guys. I haven't been hit in 3 fights. This is 3 fights in a row I haven't been touched.
Yeah.
And the Drew Nolan fight, I agree, he was a bum. But my first 3 fights, dude, I mean, I think they were legitimate tests.
Nice. Great. Yeah. Great answer. Great answer. Yeah. You kind of hit on this, but just want to kind of go back over, since this is the Chaos to Command podcast. So when you were the amateur champion and you dropped those first 3 pro fights, and then you walked away. So you talked about your grandfather, but what anything else that was going on in your life at that point that kind of put you in that hole?
I just felt like, so for my first 3 pro fights, like I just felt like I didn't belong there. Like I would be all about the fight camp, and then when I would get time to make the walk and I would do go to do the fight, I would just have like these nervous like breakdowns. Like I would have like a little voice in my head that I just couldn't control.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like you don't want to be here, you want to go home, like why are you even here? Like you didn't train hard enough. Like this guy's way better than you. Like in reality, I don't know what changed, but I just know how to keep that voice quiet now, compared to like when those first 3 fights happened. And I think a lot of it was immaturity,
Yeah.
like meaning like, I'm 32 years old now. Like I know myself better than I ever have, and I feel like I know how to work my mental better than I did back then. I just
Mhm.
don't think I was ready to go pro then. I think I needed to do a lot more amateur fights and maybe have a lot more adversity.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, out of all these things, which has been quite a bit, what was the lowest point?
The lowest is when I was 320 pounds. It
Yeah.
was the lowest, but I was at my fattest, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I feel like there's a correlation there. Yeah. If you're fat, it's hard
Yeah,
to be
I mean,
happy.
dude, like, yeah, and it's so weird because like in my neighborhood, there's this. I don't like. They're never gonna watch us, but it's not directly in my neighborhood, but there's this 2 very obese couple, and you would, like, on the outside looking in, they look so happy. And whenever I drive by, I'm like, Like they're out front, like playing with their kids and like helping each other do stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way these two people are happy. Like you know what I mean? But like I don't know. Some people I think that they're just so comfortable with who they are and what they are, and I think it all depends on maybe they were like that their entire life. You know what I mean? Maybe they were chubby when they were kids, and then they just learned to deal with it. I don't know, but that's just not who I am.
No, yeah, me either. Yeah, I got my own opinions on that, but it's your show, so I'm not going to talk about it. But yes, let's. I'll talk more about because you said this and it was really cool how you learned to silence that. So what's the difference between you 4-0 now versus that guy who had those losses and was doubting yourself?
Just Chris and Kyle Dawkins really put it in my brain that you really got to believe in yourself. And you know what's funny, dude? My first bare knuckle fight. You know how they say toe the line?
Hmm. Yeah.
He goes toe the line, and I start walking up the line, and I go, I'm about to get knocked out. I just like I'm about to get knocked out right here, like in front of everybody. And I do that every fight. Every fight, I'm like, oh, here we go. Gonna toe this line and get knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
But then there's like another voice where I just go, why don't I just try and find out? You know,
Yeah.
and I literally just go into everything. Just let's just give it your best. Just try your best. Like, I'm not a cocky guy by any means, dude. I just, and I don't think I'm a tough guy. I think there's a lot tougher guys out there than me, but you know, I like to just try my best.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you're fighting another man, another human. Like he's probably thinking those same things. If you can get knocked out, he damn well can get knocked out. And I mean, you have shown that many times now. So that's got to help a lot too, really.
You know what's funny is I never used to think like that. I used to think everything that I was feeling wasn't normal. When I thought that like if I was fighting you, I would think to myself, this guy's not fucking nervous. Why is he not nervous when I'm nervous? Like I'm scared to death, but he's probably not scared. Like why am I scared? And over time, just like being with and talking more, dude, like just talking about my feelings more. Like when I'm training with Chris and Kyle Douglas, like I would like say that stuff. I'd be like, I would like I used to not think like Kyle would get tired, and I thought me getting tired like was not normal, even if when I was in shape. And Kyle would be like, "No, I'm tired." And I'm like, man, this guy's tired right now. Like he hides it so well. Like why is he so like why can he hide it better than me? I'm like,
Yeah.
I just learned how to really fake it till you make it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, there's that is such a powerful statement if you really think about it. Like it's so simple just to say, but if you really like believe in that and follow it. I mean, when I was going through SEAL training and buds especially, that they used to say that all the time, fake it till you make it, and just like put it out there, like smile even though you're hurt, you're cold, you're hungry, whatever. Your best friend just quit, like just keep smiling and just keep faking it and keep moving forward. Um, because yeah, everyone else is thinking the same thing. Some people do hide it really well. Some you can train hiding how tired you are. I've seen that quite a bit because I thought that too. Like, man, I should not be tired right now, but I can't hold it in. And this guy looks fresh. And then later, like you said, you ask him, like, dude, I'm exhausted. I'm cooked. So, yeah, just yeah, I don't know. That's cool. You
Just
say
the
the
other day,
same
I
thing.
was rolling. Just the other day, I was rolling with Kyle Dawkins, and I didn't feel tired at all. But I didn't think he was tired either. And then he ended up on top, and I looked over. There was like 20 seconds left, and he kind of gave me this feeling like it was kind of like not like he wasn't as resistant as he was like maybe a minute ago.
Yeah.
And I looked him right in his eyes, and I went, you tired right now? He looked at me. He's like, I'm exhausted. I was like, "God!" I was like I was trying to make a break on him there,
Yeah.
but time ran out.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool. So yeah, I want to talk a little more about the bare knuckle. So bare knuckle strips away a layer of control, like the other combat sports. Like you said, you put a knuckle in someone's eye, that's a lot. So do you expect the unexpected? Like what are some of those things that you notice when you're in there, just literally as raw as you can be? Like that's as real. I mean, that is fighting. That's like truly, that is fighting when you're in there like that. What are some of the things that goes through your head?
I like to come at peace with myself. I like to know that anything can happen because it can. It doesn't matter. I don't think that's the type of fighting where you can be like 100 times better than the guy, and he can still clip you and knock you out. Where like MMA is so evolved right now. Like if I go against John Jones or someone, I'm probably not going to hit John Jones. You know what I mean? I'm probably not even going to touch John Jones. Like they're just like such a level to that now that it's ridiculous. But I here 1 second, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry about that. My kids were fighting over the bathroom.
Yeah.
Um, so I know what I try to do, dude, is I try to come to peace that anything can happen. I know that I can lose my eyes. I know I can break my jaw. I know I can break my orbital bone. So right before I make my walk out there, dude, I kind of come to peace that anything can happen to me, and I uh, I feel like that makes me fight the best.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, I'm not in the military anymore, but that's definitely, it's the same thing. Like I have my night vision goggles, I have my laser, I have my teammates who I'm synced up with. I've got my suppressed, rifle. I've got all these tools. Like yes, I am levels above, but it's it takes one misstep over you know, a mine or something in the house. Somebody throws a grenade, I get shot in the back from there's so many different things, and you can't be thinking about all of that. You have to come into peace. So I know exactly that feeling, just in a very different way, but it's such a real thing of like, I just have to accept this, and then that just makes everything more clear and like slows it down, and you can think better and perform better. So yeah, well said. I'm really glad you said that too. It's good to know like that feeling is real for everybody, just even if it's in a different realm. Um, cool. So yeah, that which kind of leads me to my next question actually. So you're a husband, you're a father of four. How does fighting, what is there a switch for you? Like how does that work when you have this persona to in the ring in the gym, but then when you come home and like now you're in your daughter's bedroom and then they were just fighting over the bathroom, like is that is that something that you struggle with, something that's hard to do?
Uh, the only time it's really hard, brother, is like the last 2 weeks of the camp.
Yeah.
So how I look at it is when the bell rings, I'm the Grizzly Bear. When the camera's on and I have a microphone, I'm the most hated man in combat sports. When I'm home, I'm either Lex to my wife or I'm dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not this guy outside of there. But when I walk through my door, I'm dad or Lex. And
Right.
it's never hard switching on and off, but what is hard is those last 2 weeks because I'm trying to mentally prepare myself uh for not like I hate when people say war, but you know, basically pretty much a battle to the death. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like what you said. That type of fighting is the realest type of fighting that there is.
hmm
Like
yeah,
I'm sure you saw my fight, dude. That dude was nose down on the ground with his eyes wide open,
yeah,
and that dude's got 4 kids. And when his kids get older, his kids are not much. They're older than mine.
hmm
All they have to do is go look that up, and they just watch their dad pretty much die.
yeah, yeah,
You know, if there wasn't a ref there, he would be dead right now.
right, yeah,
And it's a scary. It is a scary feeling when it comes to that. So those last 2 weeks, brother, are like the hardest because I got to like trying to get my mental all there.
for sure. Yeah. So what do you? I mean, they're young. They're really young now, of course. But like, what did you want them to think or understand about this, about you, and then also that character that you, not character, just how you turn it on like that. When you become the Grizzly Bear, you become the most hated man.
I just want them to know it's all for a purpose and it's all to give them a better life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never been in a fight outside the gym in my life. I've always walked away. I think the worst I ever did was backhand somebody, and I put one dude in a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
But I didn't even choke him. Like it was like calm down, calm down.
Right. Yeah.
So I want them to know that I do this for money. I don't do it. I don't do it just to hurt people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. For sure. No, that's great. Um, so yeah, you're on the climb now. You're on your way up for sure. Which I love to see. I'd love to see another man, another father, just getting after it and doing the right thing, and but also just having a great time doing it too. That's so important. We don't want to be driving
yeah.
trucks and making pizza and delivering packages and all that. Like there's a place for people like that, but it's not for you. It's not for me. So I love that. It's great. And so you've called out Yoel Romero, Chris Camuzzi, Fedor, some other big names. Is that is there like a strategy behind that? Or just like, no, I just want to fight these big names, or you know, both, or how do you view that?
There's two strategies. There's two reasons. One you already proved because it gets people talking, right?
Yeah,
Right. You just said you were like you called out Yoel Romero, right? If I called out John Smith,
yeah,
I don't think you would be bringing that up. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But also, I do want to test myself, and I do want to fight those guys.
right.
I I have no desire to fight Lorenzo Hunt. Like he does nothing for me, right? I didn't grow up watching Lorenzo Hunt. I grew up watching Yoel Romero. I grew up watching Chris Camozzi. I grew up watching Mike Perry. Those are the guys I want to fight because I always watched guys like them on TV, and I always wondered how I would do against them.
Yeah, for sure. That's great.
Yeah.
So which one of those fights, or which fight gets you a title shot?
I think realistically, brother, I think I probably got to win three more
Okay.
before that's even discussed. But there's only one guy that I really have my full concentration on right now, and that's Mike Perry.
Aluminum.
Aluminum Mike Perry, yeah. We were going back and forth in the comments the other day.
Were you? Nice. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So
He called me Pooh Bear.
that's funny. You gotta get a little red
Yeah.
shirt next time you go to do a press conference. Um, all right. So when you do, emphasis on the when. When you do win this title, then what?
Hopefully my contract's up and I can play the field.
Yeah. Do you have any
Yeah, my
interest in?
contract's up right now, and
Okay.
so I'm just waiting for them to like them and my management are negotiating right now.
Yep. Cool. Do you have any interest in coaching or having your own gym or anything like that? No.
None. Um, I just always want to be a training partner
Yeah, you said that. It's
because I
like
feel like
yeah.
yeah. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was saying you said that. You're like training, like whether you're fighting or not, training is just something that you have to do. So yeah.
Yeah, I just probably do it till the day I die. Uh,
Yep.
I can't see a life without it for sure. I was in the gym. I was in the gym 2 days after my fight.
Yeah. Awesome.
I don't take days off, dude. I just like to train.
Right. No, it's so good for your mind, your body, and the people around you. It's like I said before we started recording, like, and I'll say it again here for the people listening, like it saved my life. I just do jujitsu now. I got some TBIs and stuff from the military, so I try not to get punched in the head anymore. But it's helped me out. Just combat sports and the environment, the culture that you're in, like just training, whether you have a match coming up or not, like it is so important to get out there and really I think it keeps you calm too. It helps you find that peace a lot better than at least
Yeah,
anything else I've done, So yeah, man, that's
I
great.
agree, brother.
Yeah. Um what what's something that you would tell yourself if you could go back in time and see that 320-pound guy? What was something you'd tell him?
It's a good question. I kind of killed him in my head, though, dude. I don't think he's around anymore.
That's good.
You know,
Yeah.
I I uh I strangled him. Um, what would I tell him? Pretty much like, what are you doing? Like, why are you wasting your life away right now?
Yeah.
Like, just go do what you're meant to do, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there was a lot of times where I would be like, man, like I'm meant to go be a fighter. I'm meant to go do this. Like, what am I doing? But then it was like, I gotta get off the couch and go do that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, I guess just don't be afraid to be who you really are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I
Yeah.
mean, life is it's so temporary, especially if you do stuff like what you're doing. You never know. You never know how long you got left. Um, nothing is certain, so you might as well just ask yourself, what are you doing right now? And if you don't like that answer, maybe you got to go start doing it. So yeah, that's
I agree.
powerful. Again, it's and life is so simple too. People put all this emphasis on these different things that are stupid and meaningless, but life is just simple. It's like, what are you doing right now? Are you happy? No. Well, then go fix that. You have all the power and
Right.
control to do so. So yeah, cool, man. Yeah, this is great. This is truly a chaos to command for me, like episode. And I knew it would be. I knew you'd have some serious gold nuggets out there, and you're gonna help people. You're gonna inspire people with this, and yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem, brother. I
Uh,
appreciate you having me on here, dude.
yeah, so I'll drop I'll put all your information down below in the comments. This will be on Spotify and YouTube. I'll send you the links, and I'll collab with you on Instagram and all that stuff, and then we'll just start pumping it out. So that
Awesome,
wraps
man. I
up.
can't wait, dude. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, yeah, that wraps up episode 5, Chaos to Command. Again, I'm your host, Alex Rogers, here with Lex, the Grizzly Bear Ludlow, and stay tuned for the next episodes coming up. Thank you. All right, I gotta stop.